All right, thank you guys so much for joining us at Allerton.com for Game of the Year Awards 2016. I'm joined by the beautiful Toby and the wonderful, lovely Jason, and we have for you guys the best PC game in 2016. And we're going to run down the list of games that may have made the vote. No, you can keep doing that. I actually prefer that while I'm doing my spiel. Yeah, that works for me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, dang it, you're ruining everything, Toby.
Sorry.
We have Devil Daggers, Planet Coaster, Civilization 6, and a staff favorite, Total War Warhammer!
It got a lot of votes. People loved it.
Well, dude, it's one of the top PC games you can get out here. So, I played Devil Daggers. I loved it. I played it on the PC. Amazing game, but not as much depth and craziness and epicness as there is from some other PC games on our list. It is more of a sit down and play it and then run away game. Planet Coaster, though, dude.
I like Planet Coaster, like as far as the building and really building roller coasters, because the other rides are pointless because again, the management part is very broken in that game.
Yeah, I can see that. I
But
didn't care about the management part of that, so I just did the creative. But as a whole game, it's missing something that people really love.
And I know that they're gonna keep adding to it and stuff, and that's what I'm waiting for. But it's still like you make some fucking sweet roller coasters.
Yeah, it's fun.
Pirates of the Caribbean roller coaster or no?
Yeah. They have like little animatronics, so like you can have like these scenes, and like as your roller coaster hits a point, like a creature can come out of the water, or like they can start like a little animatronic show, like of them shooting and like cannons.
Oh yeah, you can make
cannons to shoot at it. Like there's so much cool stuff. Like it's like you can do some really cool stuff.
My last coaster game was Coaster Tycoon, and I made Shadowlands.
Yeah,
and I tried to make it like Six Flags.
Oh yeah, you could make a new Shadowlands. It would blow your mind actually.
Yep.
And I think this comes down to the same thing. I would almost direct people to go check out our Strategy Game of the Year video.
Yeah, Strategy Game of 2016 was the other version of the battle you're about to see waged, as the best PC game was down to Civilization 6 and Total War Warhammer.
And neither of those games won Best Strategy Game, spoiler.
Yeah. Hey, whoa! Spoiler!
Spoiler! So now, if you didn't see it, go back and check.
So I'm trying to remember back like where we landed on the previous discussion, because
I liked Civilization 6, but and I liked a lot of the enhancements that they did.
Yep.
But I feel like you're still forced to play a certain way, which I don't like. Like,
yes,
you do eventually have to go down and get sanitation, or you're screwed.
Yeah.
You just can't keep your and I don't like that. Like, if I want to just go strictly military, I should be able to, but there's certain things that they make you have to do. Which,
I get it. It's your world. You should do what you want to do. If you just want to make a society of...
Well, especially when it doesn't have a story mode.
Yeah, like
you're supposed to build your story in these worlds, but a lot of it feels very repetitive and redundant. Like it is like, yeah, I want to get the economic victory, so you kind of gear yourself a certain way. But I felt like I had to stop doing that for a while because I wasn't on the path to sanitation, and especially an economic victory. You need more cities. And that's what kind of, and again, it's still fucking amazing.
I know, Civ 6 is so good. It's like one of those games.
Isn't it hard to diss a game that you really enjoy?
It's really hard
to find a fault in it.
I love everything about Civilization 6, but I totally get what he's saying. And I played Civilization 4 and 5 for years after their release, right? So it's a game I will plug in and continue to play.
Absolutely.
And I just always will want to play one more turn. And they're gonna add expansions and change things. But what Toby's asking is for a core gameplay change that Civilization has never had, which is an interesting argument because Civilization has never had that.
My thing with this is that you are more than any other one forced to take certain things, which really killed me.
See, I didn't feel that way, but I totally understand. I know what you're saying. I get it.
And that was what kind of killed it for me. I'm like, you did all this stuff right, but then you kind of broke the tech tree, and I didn't really that kind of killed me. I was just like, really, why do I have to go back and then I had to get 8 other techs that I wasn't working on because I was trying to make a really big military because Germany kept attacking me and I was pissed at them, but I had to stop and go back so I could make cities. And by then,
Germany, dude.
And by then, the computer already had cities everywhere. I didn't have really any room. And and that's kind of my thing too. Like I didn't see like some guy that just had one civilization because he didn't want to expand.
So I want to hear the negatives on Total War Warhammer.
Yeah, holy crap.
Because there has to be negatives to that game. Like you found things in Civ 6 that you wish they had.
My biggest thing in the new Warhammer is how spread out it is and how difficult it can be to stop people from attacking you. Like if you don't have a full army basically in every city, which you can't do because you can't manage the army, it gets very frustrating. And you can build up your cities and have like an installed small army, and when you're defending your cities, it's a lot easier because you just stay behind the walls and try and like basically you defend against the towers and stuff. But like the castle battles, like as they bring in siege equipment, it's so hard to stop the siege equipment for no reason. Like they just keep rolling it in, and if they get their tower there, they basically unload everything into your keep, and you can't defend it because they just keep pouring in.
You're just a burnt, crispy dwarf.
Okay, so that sounds like it sucks.
And like you have catapults and stuff, but it like for whatever reason like you can't build your towers to be siege defense, and they just roll these things in. Or if
a huge miss.
If they roll the battering rams, you have to try and kill the guys that have the battering rams.
Yeah.
And you can't just shoot straight down. Like you have to like come out and get them off there. There's no like lava or oil that you can spill down.
Oh, that seems like a big miss.
And the reason why is because siege battles in the past have been way too hard. But like in this one, there's no like breaking down the walls to get into the city. Like there is basically you either go through the doors or you take the siege towers.
What about you said you play as like dwarves and there's different classes?
There is.
So are these same strategies every time
all
they
different.
exactly the same though?
No.
Like there's not a siege tower situation with a dwarf?
Well,
That's what I'm saying. If you take dwarves, it's the same thing.
In all of them because they all have the same like siege towers.
So you have that same.
But you can also avoid that by having your army like built up, and you can counter that by defending and then bringing an army out. There's ways to counter it. I'm not mad at it because I understand siege battles in the past have been way too hard. And if you're in a siege, if you're attacking, you lost. It was that simple. Now they can actually get in and they can win, which I appreciate.
So do you have to use the same strategy? My point is, do you have to use the same strategy every single time to defend the computer from doing this gimmick where they bring in these?
No. So like, if I wanted to, I mean, I can still just put a bunch of knights up on the wall and defend as they bring siege towers in, or I can just run out there and I can start wiping.
But do they always attack you the same way? I guess like if I
they'll bring some of them bring siege towers. I've had it before where they've had 3 siege towers out there, never brought them in. Brought the entire army basically to the doors, and they fought all 3 doors. So I had them all set up to stop siege, and then I was like, shit, I gotta get to the doors. Pulled everybody down. Here come the siege towers now. And I'm like, shit, now I gotta,
Yeah.
So like, there is different things that happen, and the AI still needs to be improved a little bit.
Was it easy?
No, not at all.
How is there?
I've lost.
Is there a campaign?
Yeah.
And is the campaign good?
Yes, and the campaigns are different for everybody. Like so, as the greenskins, you don't sit in like cities like you have a ward, and it basically you want to keep attacking things, and you get stronger. Like you get these wards, which are more armies. Everybody plays a little bit differently, which is really awesome. Playing the dwarves, you're kind of in the mountain area. There's certain areas you can't take over.
Do you find yourself playing all the characters, or you just like?
I have yet to beat it as Empire because.
Okay.
Fucking wizards, bright wizards,
dude. And I love bringing in the bright wizards and throwing in the fireballs. So
I tried to punch some holes in there to find the.
I know.
No, all the word is positives on that game.
No, and there definitely is some stuff that like.
Because we're putting 2 good games
here. The siege battles, it just feels like they didn't fix it. They put a Band-Aid on it, and that's kind of my big thing. But everything, oh man, it's.
So where are we at here?
We just have to decide. Do we
Civ 6 or Total War?
Yeah, like Civ 6 is probably maybe one of the best Civilization games ever made.
Yeah.
And Total Warhammer is probably one of the best Warhammer games ever made.
For best Total War game.
I just appreciate that they took a big risk with Warhammer and they.
I don't think they took a risk at all. I think they said people aren't buying these Rome games or this game. Let's get a license.
They absolutely were.
They might have been. They were just like decent sellers. They weren't like they didn't like the fucking.
They never have been.
But like all of a sudden you're like, let's get a license. What kind of license can we get? Like they did Rome and they saw they had elephants and they're like, shit, Lord of the Rings style. Let's get some medieval or some fantasy thing in here.
Total War.
Instead of
Lord
doing
the
their own
Rings.
Total War fantasy, they did license the most easy to license Warhammer. We have a license for Warhammer now. We got it on the block party a few months ago. But I'm just saying, like, I don't think they took a risk. I think they were like, let's
My
make
best
some money
PC
off
game this year, I'm going to go with Total War. I've never been accessible. I've never been excited. I've never played Civilization 6. It's just a game that I just don't enjoy. There's just, and I personally like the Total War series a little bit better, and I think that, you know, Toby just railed it down on that.
Yeah.
I can't really back away from Warhammer, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, this one could go.
It's kind of the same
I
thing
have a
if
personal-
you want a real-time strategy.
Go to Allerton.com, look at my personal top 7. I don't think Civilization 6 is going to be in my personal top 7.
But it could be an honorable mention.
But there are other PC games that'll probably be in my top 7. So I'm okay with making Total Warhammer the best PC game of the year here. I think it feels like it's that kind of game.
Well, I'm still going to stick by Devil Daggers, but no. The best exclusive only PC game for 2016 on AllertonAv.com is Total War Warhammer. Barely, if you can even see this, that's how thin it is, taking out Civilization 6.
Which is also amazing.
Which is, yeah, also doesn't have very
Heard it
much.
here first. Toby said Civ 6, piece of shit.
Thank you guys so much for joining us
Civilization.
for the Game of the Year Awards 2016. I'm Chad, this is Jason, and Toby. And if you guys missed any of our awards, make sure you check out youtube.com/AllertonAv live to check them all out. Join us on twitch.tv, AllertonAv, all week long for more videos. And always, AllertonAv.com.
Jason didn't think I thought that through. He was going to be like, he's not going to have anything to say. I do.
I didn't think you...